Welcome to the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of March 11th, 2019. Did y'all set your clocks ahead over the weekend? If you didn't, that's why you're late for work. Do it now. Every week, we chat about the things parents are talking about, complaining about, and obsessing about right now. I'm Terry Morrow, and I'm here with Nicole Eridix.
Hello.
And Catherine Haleko.
Hi.
This week, we're complaining about rejection and obsessing about sleep, plus taking a couple of breaks for an entertainment discussion and a recommendation roundup. But today, we're talking about a recent celebrity death. Were you guys into Beverly Hills 90210? Did you fall for Luke Perry there? I'm old, and therefore the only thing I've ever seen Luke Perry in is John from Cincinnati, which is probably just an odd little dot on his resume, but I loved him in it. But I did not, I got married in 1990, which is I think when Beverly Hills 90210 started, so I wasn't really up for the teeny bopper shows. Were you guys?
I mean, I was in college at the time, so I wasn't quite a teenager, but I was definitely still watching 90210 and then Melrose Place, for sure.
Was it a thing that college students were watching as a group?
Yeah.
And making fun of, but still digging.
But still being sure to watch.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How about you, Nicole? Were you watching it?
Well, yeah, same as Catherine. I was in college at the time, and so I was on the tail end of that teen stuff. But it for a couple of reasons, it was really appealing at the time because, well, number one, we watched it as a group. Our whole, dorm floor would gather in the lounge and watch it on the one TV that we had in the whole building.
Exactly.
Back in the day. And number two, it was based in California, in Beverly Hills. And we were just like, as Canadians, we're just so fascinated with life in California. Of course, being fake and all. And then there were just so many cute boys on the show. So we followed it. Yeah. And then of course there's all that drama behind the scenes with Shannon Doherty and Tori Spelling and whatnot. But it appealed to us. And so Luke Perry was very, he was definitely somebody that we knew the name and we followed and we were aware of who he was. And it was kind of shocking last week to hear about his passing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. The whole teen idol thing though in general is, as we're aging, as we're watching these celebrities that we grew up with, various things that are happening in their lives, it's sort of a real test to your own sense of mortality, because I was thinking, well, Luke Perry's only a couple of years older than me, and
yeah, he's younger than me, so.
And how does that happen?
Sobering.
I thought strokes were for old people.
I think one of the monkeys passed away in recent weeks, and that was a little bit of a jolt, but older than me. So, sad and sort of a part of my childhood, but not like, well, golly, that happens to people my age, doesn't it?
I don't know. Catherine, was he how did you?
Well, I mean, I was shocked, like you said, just because of how young he is and, that he had this stroke. And then at first it seemed like maybe he was going to be okay.
Right. Mm-hmm.
He had survived the stroke initially.
Yeah.
No, it was kind of shocking. And because that's the impression I got was that he was going to be okay. But obviously things didn't turn
Which
out
I'm not
that way.
sure, I mean, I gather he was in a coma from the whole time.
Yeah.
So maybe it was, premature to think that he was going to be okay. But yeah, I mean, that's just really scary because that's something that comes with little to no warning, right?
Yeah.
Right. Right.
I spend a lot of time worrying about terrible things that could happen, car crashes, plane crashes, masked gunmen coming into your home, all the things that we hear about, the terrible terrorist attacks, all that. And yet, probably most likely it's going to be something from inside of you that gets you. And, certainly Nicole takes the worrying for that part seriously also.
I do.
But there's just so many things to think of. I wouldn't have thought of that. I would have thought maybe you have a stroke and then you're debilitated, and that would be difficult. But, this is a new one.
Right.
We're all now adding this to our list of things. And just...
Well, and also, I think it's something that you definitely hear people surviving. And, this is someone who has access to the best medical care. And, it didn't matter. He didn't survive it.
Well, and don't they have to get health screenings to be on a TV show? Like, don't they have to have...
Yeah.
Isn't that part of their contract that they need to be totally healthy? And I don't know if
I don't know how he was on Riverdale, so he was working.
Riverdale, yeah.
And then there was supposedly going to be this new 90210, which sounds like not a new one. There was a new one a little while back with new people, but a new one with the old people, which seems like a really bad idea. But then I was never into the first one. But I heard he wasn't going to be on that. So,
but then he was.
Was he?
Then there was a report that came out that it was. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't been following up on it. So, you would think, but I guess there's stuff that could just happen suddenly.
Right.
I remember when I was a kid, my dad had a health scare where they found that he had an aneurysm, and it was like just about ready to burst. It was an aortic aneurysm, and he had to have surgery right away. But he was, did not have a healthy lifestyle in terms of he ate a lot of fats, and he didn't take really good care of himself. So it wasn't surprising that he might have something like that. And if somebody had been following him really closely, as one would expect in the case of a, somebody who has to have an insurance policy on them to do their work,
right?
You would think somebody would have found that, but it's things can just come up, I guess.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah. Apparently.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about sleep a little while later in this week. And this is one of the reasons that maybe we don't get enough.
I know, because I keep adding these things to my list of, things.
Is my blood pumping in a normal way? It feels a little weird. My heart feels like it's beating a little faster. Could I be having something?
Exactly.
I don't know. Should I call 911?
I don't even know the signs of a stroke. I mean, it's just, that just...
But you'll find them out for us, right?
I will.
You'll go to all your references.
Trust me.
Nicole will be reporting back.
Yeah, but it's so sad for the family. I mean, I don't know. It just kind of hit me particularly hard because I feel like he was somebody that I had followed as a teen. And then, of course, I'd been watching Riverdale with Kristen lately. So,
have you?
Yes. So that was another.
So you had seen him make that transition to playing the dad.
And Molly Ringwald and, all the teen kind of people came back to that. And so...
And you look forward to seeing them play the grandparents down the line, and that doesn't happen.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, don't say that.
Well, I mean, we expect them to follow us through our life course at roughly the same.
Well, okay,
level.
And sadly enough, we often hear about the celebrities who pass at untimely, at an untimely time in their life.
Right. Very young.
Very young is often, or it is typically, or I'm generalizing, but when you hear about it, it seems to be because of some kind of, what do you call it? Like,
Nicole is choosing her words carefully.
Very carefully. Maybe substance abuse or substance addiction.
Yeah.
And especially in that industry, I'm generalizing again, I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
But so those are the stories that you hear more often about. It's not these kind of natural.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're often not too surprised in those situations.
Right.
Like, but I mean, always makes us confront our mortality.
That's right.
Famous people meet theirs.
Yeah.
Right. Especially when they're this young.
Yes.
Well,
there was, and knowing that there was a time in our lives when we would have think, he had a pretty long life. And now we're like, it's so young.
Right. Oh, man. Well, shall we say our thank yous and our
yes,
rest in pieces to Luke Perry, and conclude for today. It's a tough topic.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something that we are talking about and other parents are talking about when this kind of thing happens.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it for today's round 1. Tune in tomorrow for our entertainment-themed round 2 and later in the week to find out what we're complaining about, obsessing about, and recommending right now. Find all of our episodes at parentingroundabout.com and talk back in the comments there, on our Facebook page, or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.